They ran identical time to the Class 1 on the same day. He needs some luck from that outside barrier, and there's a bit of pace inside him, so expect him to go forward. And you know, just if he gets that bit of luck, he's going to be hard to beat. But let's start with the top weight, number 1, Meet George Jetson. He's over there on his toes in the yard. We heard from Jason McLaughlin earlier. He said fitness is no concern for this horse. First up off a 3-month spell. He's only had a little spell, so you wouldn't imagine it to be either. Look, he'll go forward. He's your leader in the race. He's always thereabouts at the finish. He's runner-up at his last 2 starts, last preparation, and look, he's going to be right in the mix. He's probably a horse that gets better with a run or 2 under his belt, but definitely a top 3 chance for sure. The number 2, Right Advice, as we just saw the replay there, he's nice and relaxed in the yard. This 3-year-old More Than Ready gelding from the Darrell Hanson yard. It's hard not to be impressed by that first up win here in the 1,000-metre maiden. Look, he was down in Sydney before that and had, you know, was running against the likes of Flamboyant Lass and Haptic and those sorts. So he was well beaten behind them, but still in a much better class of race than we have here today. Just up on his toes as we have a look at him now, but look, that time was good last time out. He's going to take improvement for that, and he just needs that luck from the barrier early. If he gets it, he's going to be hard to beat. Number 3 is Wonderful Tale for the Tom Burke yard. First up for 4 months, this horse. Just having a look for it in the yard, up on its toes over there as we speak. Look, the form last preparation was good. I mean, finished 3rd, 2nd and 3rd at its last 3 outings, and you look at its first up form, it's got 3 starts and only 1 second, but actually have a bit of a closer look and it's a lot better than it looks on paper. So just looking him in the yard, he looks nice. He's carrying that little bit of condition as you'd expect, but his coat's gleaming and nice and fresh. I expect him to run a really good race here with the pace on. Number 5 is Surprise Result, the 4-year-old gelding by Wonderful World. 3 starts this preparation have been okay. It was a first up winner at Gatton, and then 2 starts since then have only been fair at Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast. He'll probably sit midfield here, this horse, and will be around the mark, but just looking him in the yard, he's just trotting up, getting up on his toes there. He's not a fantastic looking horse by any means, but you know, he's okay in the yard. Number 6 is Mystic Opal, the 3-year-old Excites filly. First up at the Sunshine Coast over the 1,000 metres, beaten 4 lengths. We'll no doubt take a bit of improvement for that. Got the wide gate here today, which is a concern, but gets a bit of luck. He's going to be around the mark. Number 7 is Damn Wonderful, one of the horses that will go forward and put itself up on the speed here. Michael Murphy to claim 2 kilos. Looks nice and fit to me in the yard, this filly. She's not overly big. She's got a bit of growing to do still, but look, she'll be around the mark again. She's probably not sort of in my top 2 or 3, but she's probably in my top 5 or 6 if I went that low. Number 8 is Rapid Arrow. 4 runs back this time in, been well beaten at all 4 runs. Hasn't won for almost 3 years, this horse, and it looks okay in the yard, looks nice and fit, but couldn't have him on form. Number 9 is Runway Angel, a horse that always gets back in her races, but look, she definitely will be sprouting wings at the finish. She's a bit of a tease though, as a lot of back markers are, but looking at her in the mounting yard, nice and fit again, up on her toes, looks nice and alert, so can't fault her there, and she'll be running on at the finish. The number 10 is Becca the Jet. 2 runs back from a spell have been, well, the first one was good, the second one was disappointing, beaten 7 lengths. The horse is probably better suited on wet ground, but I was talking to Paddy Duff before, and he feels this track is a bit softer than most are giving it credit for, so she might be suited here, but definitely needs to improve on their last start performance. Still carrying a bit of condition in the yard, but the coat looks good. The number 11 is Petrani. 2 runs back, been well beaten at Gatton and Sunshine Coast. So the coat looks good in the yard, and she looks sort of ready to rumble, but hard to have her on form. And number 12 is Blooming Elusive, just with the clerk of the course as we speak there. The coat looks good. I never like to see him with the clerk of the course, but first up 5 months, and he couldn't have it on form, this horse. It was beaten a combined 45 lengths at its final 3 runs last campaign. So if it wins, I'd be very, very surprised. The number 13 is Claire Delores. We'll hear from Michael Hellier soon, the jockey here. Look, she's big odds, this horse, for a mare that put in a very good effort behind Sweet Mover first up. Probably doesn't win out of turn, or, you know, it's only a Class 1, so she's only obviously got the 1, but not a horse that, you know, that you want to have probably probably lacks that killer instinct is what I'm trying to say, but at the same time she's always around the mark, and at those big odds on offer at the moment at $16, I definitely think she's a bit of value. And number 14, Red Warning, is the last one. Look, he's been well beaten at Gundawindi 2 back, and then he finished 2nd at Chinchilla last start, only beaten 0.3 of a length, but struggling to win a race in the bush, and this only looks harder for him, so I couldn't have him. But that's how they look in the mounting yard for race 4, the first leg of the quaddie. There's only 4 minutes to go. We might run a little bit late, as we did go a little bit overtime, obviously, with the Opoly crashing through the barriers before the third race, so we might run a little bit late, but fingers crossed they can get around there. We might be okay. But just having a look at the on-course moves here. Number 1, Mick George Jetson 5s into 480, into 420. Good money for him. Jason McLaughlin said he'd be hard to beat, and the money suggests that. Number 2, Right Advice, steady at 220 on course, 210 on UBet. Wonderful Tale, 13 out to 15. Surprise result, $31, steady. Mystic Opal, 9s. Damn Wonderful, 12s out to 13s. No other real moves with Claire Delores, just shifting out from 15s to 16s. As we talk about Claire Delores, just moments ago I caught up with her jockey, Michael Hellier. Well, Michael, she's double-figure odds here tonight, but I don't think she should be double-figure odds considering her first up run.
No, that's right, Brad. Her first up run was terrific. I watched the replay again this morning, and there's some good horses in that race, so they've come out and ran good races since. So, yeah, no, she's well over the odds.
She's got reasonable form last preparation behind horses like Martial Art, who's run in the city, and Don't Deny Us, who, been handy enough. I mean, looks like she's going to get a nice run just behind the speed tonight as well, and speed looks good. Yeah,
look, the speed's great. I've drawn Ideal. I should be just riding behind him. The speed's hot. I've probably drawn it perfectly where I want to be. Don't want to get too close to that fence. So, look, she's drawn to get the right run tonight, Brad.
She seems, just looking at her record, I mean, she started $21 and she started $3.60 favourite, $21, $5 and $15. Take out that $3.60 favourite, which was at Kilcoy. She seems to be a horse that starts at juicy odds most of her races. Yeah,
she might be a punter's favourite at each way odds. So, look, I definitely think she's a good chance tonight. I was surprised to see the double figure odds. I thought she was one of my better rides tonight.
Good luck.
Cheers. Ta.
Yeah, Michael Hellier there talking about the prospects of number 13, Claire Delores. It looks only a small mare, but definitely a good effort there. First up behind Sweet Mover at Ipswich, and as I said in the mounting yard, she's probably a horse that maybe lacks that killer instinct, but I think at $16 she's big value here in race 4. She's definitely in my quaddie. We'll throw out my quaddie selections soon, but 2, 1, 13 and 3 are my late mail numbers in race 4. I'm sticking with the favourite, Right Advice. He's $2.20 into $2 now on course. They're coming for him late. As we said, the time was there first up. It was only a maiden to Class 1. I think there's probably only 5 to 10%.
Rightio, Brad, but what happened is Surprise Result was reluctant to go to the start. Jockey hopped out of the saddle, and they've eventually got the horse to the gates. Andrew Spink's back aboard, and I think Surprise Result's gone in. No, it hasn't. I spoke too soon. Being led around behind the line. The others are in. They started the loading procedure while Surprise Result was being attended to. And this will be Mr. Williamson from the Steward's Tower. Yes, James? Righto, thank you. Becca the Jet has the tongue tie's been dislodged, and they're going to have to refit that on Becca the Jet. So Becca the Jet tongue tie to be refitted. The horses have been in the stalls a few minutes while they were waiting Surprise Result to get there. So Becca the Jet's dislodged a tongue tie. Stand by. Yes, James? Number 12. Bloomin' Elusive, number 12, injured at the barriers, a late scratching. Okay, 8:03, thank you. Right, well, as Bill Laurie would say, it's all happening. Bloomin' Elusive has been injured at the start, is a scratching. Number 12, Bloomin' Elusive, scratched at 8:03. Well, the lights are on, so those horses must be back in. Light on, stand by for a start. Set now. Bloomin' Elusive a late scratching. They are away and racing. And Right Advice out wide, one of the first to go. Meet George Jetson began brilliantly, and Surprise Result is burning right up on the inside, and so too going fast is Rapid Arrow. Now the favourites drifted back a little bit. Coming down to the 700 metres mark, and Meet George Jetson goes to the lead from Rapid Arrow, sitting out 3 wide. Surprise Result third the fence. Just between runners there, Wonderful Tale running about fourth, followed by Petrani, and then Right Advice, who's about 5 wide and 6th on the turn. Back behind those came Runway Angel in company with Petrani and also Damn Wonderful, and they were followed further back then as they come down the home straight by further astern. Then we've got over on the inside there was Red Warning down to the 300, and Surprise Result, a $31 shot, went through and took the lead. Wonderful Tales trying to pick it up. Damn Wonderful getting up on the inside. Surprise Result in front. Damn Wonderful going to it. Surprise Result and Damn Wonderful, they come to the wire, and it is Surprise Result. Just that. Beat Damn Wonderful. Wonderful Tale third. Right Advice fourth. And then came Becca the Jet, followed by Mystic Opal, who was always wide. Then Runway Angel, and further back came Claire Delores, followed by Red Warning. Then came Rapid Arrow. Meet George Jetson went very quickly but weakened out of it, and Petrani was the last one home. 5-7-3-2, I'd say here. Well, that was the horse that was reluctant to go to the start and last in and first home. 5 Surprise Result, $40.70 and $6.10 for the first leg of the quaddie for Andrew Spinks. 7 Damn Wonderful, $4.50 the place. 3 Wonderful Tale, $2.50 the place. 5, 7, 3 and 2. 5, 7, 3 and 2. 5, 7, 3 and 2.
Well, the aptly named Surprise Result does just that in the first leg of the quaddie, knocking a lot of quaddie players out, I reckon. At the massive odds of $40.70 on the tote. Didn't want to go in the barriers, didn't want to go to the start, but they got it in, and the horse, well, just held on to defeat number 7, Damn Wonderful. And number 3, Wonderful Tale, was a good effort first up, and then Right Advice didn't have a lot of luck, did it? It was always sort of wide throughout, and it was always going to be hard. Once it couldn't get to the front there, that was always going to be hard. So there, yeah, good result for the Andrew Spinks and Tina Kotsouopoulos team, with Surprise Result getting the verdict there. Just capping the numbers here in race 4, 5, 7, 3 and 2. We're now off to Singapore for race 1.